Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Huskers will put total leather to crank us up. Out of the end zone. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Michigan State Spartans offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in the... and David both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
He'll keep it himself. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Spartans send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Nebraska's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. He might want another play. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the open. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him the first down. Holds and fires complete to the right.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Cornhuskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. They couldn't do it on that last play.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Quick completion on the out route. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to...
Touchdown, Nebraska! Oh, that will be in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. That makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through. Give themselves better field position, but now they are way backed up.
Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one,
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D quarterback.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Spartans will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Pulls it in. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
But when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the 1st half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language of this defense. It has changed.
They'll ride him out of bounds.
this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Get it out to the supersonic guy. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And the Huskers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
Trying to find the end zone. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's why you draw it up, right? You want to come out, get clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Bringing it out. And the returner is stopped.
Kick returners just have to do a better job knowing where they are on the field and what the situation is. That's a ball you got to let go through the end zone. That's a touchback. Instead, you're trying to be the hero, and now you've done yourself more harm than good. The offense starting in terrible field position.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And back to the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The play action fake. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Got him in the open. Lots of running room. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he fires over the middle, it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it slips just inside that right upright. Had to settle for the field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. SMU is ahead of this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Oregon State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. To the air on first down. He's got an open man. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take it.
Turning it off. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cornhusker. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation, and you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Spartans will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. Hailed the punt, can bail them out. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Hauls it in, looking for space. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Pulls and fires complete.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers in so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to find him. They're going to find him early. They're going to find him often. He's made so many plays throughout the season and really been the feature of this offense. And this dude has worked his way. He might get a trip to New York as a wide receiver. That is not normal, and neither is this dude.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. It's complete to the right. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They just keep firing. Touchdown, Nebraska! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he takes this from inside the 5. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Here comes the heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They boot it away. And the returner will be brought down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Time to take a shot. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Huskers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Carl. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is...
It's picked off, and another empty drive. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Just enough time to get off one more snap. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. On target over the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw again. Oh, they're after him. It's complete to the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Huskers come to the line on 30 short, looking to keep the drive moving. To the ground to try to move the chains. Across the 25, he's got room.
Will took everything on defense. Just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jesse, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys, because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
The Cornhuskers line it up with a 1st and goal. Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Husker!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They're going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Fakes the grab on the left. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Spartans are facing 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Trying to do it on the ground. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. They give you 4 downs for a reason, and this offense decides to use every one of them.
Hey, if I had a back like that and I had this offensive line, man, I would do it too. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Roll the dice, give your guys an opportunity to go make a play, and they did.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
And they'll keep it away from the return man. Goes out of bounds. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll leave it with him. There he goes. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Algier. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Wants to throw again. The screen, he's got wheels. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Huskers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And the Huskers have it with a 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. 3rd and goal where you separate the wheat from the chaff. From the gun, wants to pass. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
nation all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Spartans will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll field the punt and look for room. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
They'll go right back to him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand.
Breaks into the open. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Leaves it with the running back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They're going to test the right side with this one. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Well, 3rd down, they tried to run the football thinking they could catch the defense off guard. They were able to get some yards, not the first, though. So now you've got 4th and very short, and what do the analytics say to do here, head coach?
Nestled just inside that right upright. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. They took the 3 on that last possession, and now they'll try to get it back on the onside kick. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. Looking downfield on first down. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
And the Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And that's good enough for a first down.
It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is complete. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat